Hey, John here. I usually make, whenever I make a video or anything, I usually try and make it funny. But today I actually want to talk about something serious because I had a long, serious, deep discussion with one of my friends last night who just went through a pretty bad breakup. And the more we talked, we kind of got into a discussion about how does is like true love really a thing of the past? Because it just seems like a lot of people these days, it doesn't mean as much as it did back then. And I know I'm only 19, so it's not like I lived back then, but it's just whenever I see like an old couple, like people that have been married a really long time, they genuinely just seem happy and that they care for each other and that they're just not only they were lovers but best friends all throughout their life. And then I look at couples of today, of my generation, like teenager couples, and it just seems a lot different. And I know, like, teenagers always, it's a different kind of love than it is when you're older. Because back then it's just kind of like high school love, and then it turns into mature love when you get older. But, like, even then, it just seems that true love kind of lost its meaning somewhere along the line. And I'm wondering what YouTube thinks about this, or anyone else really, because I don't know, ever since I had this talk with my friend now, it's been plaguing my mind kind of, and I'm thinking about it a lot. And so, first I guess, love should be defined as to what it is, and really it's a broad term, and I don't really fully understand it myself, and I don't want to get all preachy here, but I think like the best definition I found is actually in the Bible, and I'll read it right now. It's from 1 Corinthians chapter 13, and it says, "Love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud. It is not rude, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres." And it's just a verse that's stuck with me for a while, and I think no matter what your religious beliefs are, it kind of rings true just for everyone in general, no matter what you believe. And so, I don't know. I just think it's very truthful, and I think that's what it means, but I think nowadays people aren't really even seeking for love. They're more just looking for just to have a boyfriend or girlfriend. And that's a really big problem because a lot of times I see couples who, they break up in a few days because they didn't even really like the person to begin with. They just wanted to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. And I really just think, that shouldn't be the case. First of all, you need to get to know someone before you even consider going out with them. But really, it just needs to be someone that compliments you nicely, shares your common interests, respects you, and all of that. And a big problem I see is that a lot of times these relationships that I notice, one person is completely giving their all to the other. They're completely infatuated with the person. They do anything for them. They care about them so much. And then the other person usually just doesn't reciprocate as much. And it's not that they don't like the person. It's just their feelings aren't as strong. And so they kind of just don't give as much. And they just kind of take from the other person. And I just think that that's not what a relationship's supposed to be about at all. It needs to be 50-50. It needs to be a two-way street where both ends meet. And, it's all about compromises and all of that. And I just don't know how many people even really realize that, because a lot of times now people just find themselves in relationships where they're treated like dirt. And I think that's a huge reason of it. And I just feel like we should stop looking for someone to be with and instead search for someone who we can actually see ourselves, maybe even marrying someday. And I found actually I followed that a lot throughout my life, and I haven't had that many girlfriends, and that's mainly just because I don't date someone just to date them. If I'm going out with the person, it's because I genuinely like them and I can see it possibly going somewhere. And so I've even found like I've stayed single a long time when I'm not in a relationship, and I'm really glad I've done that because it prevented a lot of mistakes. I did make a lot of mistakes just like anyone else, and it's mainly because of this problem, but I've avoided a lot too. And I just think more people should do that because really, how can you expect to be happy with someone else if you're not happy with yourself? And that's what happens is people just can't even see themselves being single, so they'll just go out with anyone who comes their way. You can't do that. And I just want to offer encouragement to anyone who's going through a rough time, whether you're in a relationship and you have problems right now, or if you're single and you're just looking for the right one. Be patient, because I'm not going to lie, it's hard to find someone worth actually being with. And it's going to take time, but if you're searching for it, chances are you're going to search in a lot of the wrong places. And so don't search for it, just kind of let it come to you. Because believe me, you'll avoid a lot of bad times if you just don't look for it. And I don't want to drag on this too much, so I mean, just leave a comment below if you have any input on this or if you want to talk about it or whatever, because I'm really open to talking about this. And I just want to end this video with a quote from my favorite band, who is the Beatles. And it's from one of their songs called The End. And their quote in one of the lyrics says, "And in the end, the love you take is equal to the love that you make." And let that stay with you today. And this is me signing off.